All right. So yeah, one final video. Uh, so basically, okay, now it seems to work. Like I fix it, and so now it's working. Like it's downloading all the PDF, so it's going to each page and it's downloading. So yeah, I had to go again like two more times, maybe back and forth. So it's going to each case ID and it's downloading the PDF. Okay, so now I just wanted to briefly mention like why this is important. Like what are like okay, scraping is great. Like yeah, it's downloading all the PDFs. So what I want to do now is I think that's even more important and like even a bigger deal is yeah, obviously there's all these so basically okay, the context is okay, we want to understand what are like how are electricity prices changing because of data centers. So what's happening now is this is a public utility data set, right? Like where I'm able to know what the public service provider, like which is the electricity provider for my home, what are they telling the state? Like it's telling them that hey, we need to lay these lines in Bridgewater, and so that is gonna charge whatever $1 billion more, and we'll pass that on to the users, right? Like so they have a lot of these back and forth here. So there's these sorts of orders and petitions, and then people will meet and give comments, and so this is a huge process, part of the government, right? Like which is extremely complicated. Nobody has can read these, like and there are in this particular thing there are like 77 uh, documents here, right? Like so this is a really really complex thing. It's nobody will read it. Like I'm pretty sure like the people who created this are the only people who will read it. So now, because of AI, like you have like these thousands of PDF documents, right? Like specifically talking about the rates and finances, right? Like so, this is about the price being paid. And so, out of these thousands of documents, now I can go and say, hey, I'll use Gemini again and say, hey, Gemini, go and parse these documents. Just identify the documents in these which are about uh, rate increases and why that is, like what county that is, get me structured information. So out of those thousands of documents, it's going to tell me, okay, there are these, 200 documents, and these are all the locations where the prices have increased, and by this much, so it's going to extract that sort of structured information. So that is new kind of research that is now enabled by this kind of technology, right? Like so, and now it's somewhat democratized. So, a journalist who could do this and like get access to this amount of data, but also the downstream of this is just okay, write a scraper, but also then work with this data and get these sorts of insights. So that's the main benefit from this. So let me just show you how that thing is working again, just to show you that it is indeed um, so indeed, yeah. So here, like, okay, where are all these documents going? Yeah, I mean, there are, yeah. So there's something that was not being shown earlier, but yeah, there is all these documents being downloaded here, right? Like, so yeah, it is indeed downloading them. So yeah, that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about.